28th, August 20th, 2013. Boy, what a day, what a day. I set the camera a little bit off. There we go. Right there. Score. There was some noise on my work van, and I took it. Of course, I needed equipment this morning, so I headed straight to the warehouse. Because after a long, exhausting week, last week, I used up all my equipment. I didn't have no modem. I didn't have no phone modem. I didn't have any wireless connection boxes. I didn't have any of the new X1 equipment, any DVRs. So I was just really out of a lot of stuff. So as soon as I pulled out of the driveway, I could hear the grinding noise. And usually brakes, being a mechanic, I know that over a period of time what sounds are coming from a vehicle, whether they're good sounds or horrible sounds. And these were definitely horrible sounds, grinding, and usually brakes will loosen up once you get going. They free themselves up, so to speak. And these weren't freeing up, so I was really concerned all the way to the warehouse, which is probably about, I'm going to say, straight shot. It's got to be like 15 miles away. It's probably longer. Yeah, it has to be longer. I couldn't say it's 30 miles away. It's about 30 minutes away, so it's, I can't remember if I've clocked the mileage to the warehouse. I'll have to do that sometime. But even by the time I get to the warehouse, pulling in, and every time you step on the brakes, then the sound intensifies. So you know it is a issue. So parked it there and got my supplies because I was there before, right at 8 o'clock. So got my place in line, got my supplies, and then had to do a couple of things on the web service there. You can only do it in-house on computers. Certain things you can only access through Comcast is when you're actually intranet, as they say. So got that taken care of, and then because my supervisor was in a meeting with the manager, so he wasn't available. So I sat there for a couple of minutes and kind of peeked over somebody's shoulder and kind of watched how they kind of troubleshoot different jobs, pull the jobs, and I seen one job of mine change, so you can see kind of what they do behind the scenes, change it from one specific type of job to another. So that was interesting. But then he came out and they rustled up another vehicle for me, parked that one, and it's going into the shop. And then got this other one and did pretty good. The first two jobs, locked it up. We like to keep our vans locked up because supplies and tools and stuff are sitting in there. And by the time I hit lunchtime, I headed to Rainbow, which is the grocery store. So I'm usually in a big parking lot. I can just park there and relax. And sure enough, when I got out to go in to do some banking on my lunch break, I locked that last door, and then there, the keys were locked in. The van is a little older, so it didn't have a ding 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 telling you that when you're stepping out of the van that the keys are in ignition. But sure enough, I locked every door too. It's like God, I should leave one of these doors unlocked. But I locked every one, and as soon as I locked it and turned away, I thought, keys out of the pocket. And usually, like on my van, I always carry the key fosp, key fosp, along with a extra key. I always carry an extra key in my pocket, just in case I leave the keys in the ignition. Because there's nothing more embarrassing than have to call your supervisor and say, lock the keys in the car. So I called him, and shortly after that I called Gordon and told him to come pick me up because I need to go to the warehouse and pick up an extra set of keys. So by the time the supervisor got back to the warehouse, Gordon was there. So he returned my call to confirm that there was an extra set of keys there at the warehouse. Then I was on my way, and even the manager was there when I got there. He was stocking up the Gatorade cooler because they supply all our liquids, even water and Gatorade and ice on these hot summer days. And he was even joking with me. He says, I always keep an extra key in my wallet. And I went, yeah. I said, I know. Usually I have an extra key, but in this circumstance, when I had a loaner van and the only key that I had was in the ignition, but we had a laugh about it. So good laugh, good chuckle. Luckily, there was Wednesday. Wednesdays are usually a slow day because it's double tech day. So there's twice as many techs out in the field as work. So between picking up the van this morning, because I didn't have no AM work. My first job was at 10 o'clock, so I made that any problem, and picked up another job and got another one done before 12 o'clock, and then that's when I took my lunch. But I didn't have nothing until 2 o'clock, and so luckily with that, with the lunch taken and the trip to the warehouse, I still was able to get back and get to my other 2 jobs for the day. But it was one of those days that you wish, sometimes you wish you had stayed in bed, but the work's got to be done. Van had to be worked on. It even got washed, because usually Wednesdays we have our meetings, and there was the big old truck washer there in the parking lot. So I got a nice clean van on the outside anyway, and it's sitting in the shop now. And one of the interesting things, and I was telling TJ this, I brought up the song Strawberry Fields Forever. And I said I was driving by, and there's some people working out in the field, and then I seen the sign that said fresh strawberries, pick your own. And then the song popped up, Strawberry Fields Forever. I looked up a little bit of info on that, and it came out in 1967. Of course, it's the Beatles. Right in between, they had 2 songs. In 66, they came out with Yellow Submarine, and then they had Strawberry Fields Forever. It was the first release off of Sgt. Pepper's. I talked about them the other day. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So Strawberry Fields, Yellow Submarine, Strawberry Fields, and All I Need Is Love. Came out later on in 67. All I Need Is Love. Another good hit, big hit for them. But never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. But we like the Beatles. Strawberry Fields Forever. It's not very loud, but you can hear it. August 28th, 2013. What was interesting about this song, reading, because it was written by Lennon and credited to Lennon and McCartney. But Lennon, because he's from Liverpool, a little suburb right on the outside of Liverpool, and there was we call it a Salvation Army home for children around the corner where he lived. It was called Strawberry Fields, and he remembered in his younger days that every summer they would have kind of a festival. Kids would all gather, the local kids around, and the ones from there, and they would have eats and drinks and just a little get together, and that's what it kind of inspired him to write the song. So, Strawberry Fields Forever, John Lennon. 1967. I was 5. Big 5-0. We remember those days. That's when you start remembering and recognition, and kindergarten, grade school, entering life. August 28th, 2050. As the mother said, never stop learning. Good evening.